story of Halloween 1984 when I was a sweet young thing living in San Francisco. It was the night of the Volleyball League Halloween party, and I decided to go as a mermaid. I didn't mean for my costume to be so slutty. The materials I had on hand weren't very substantial. Light green tights that I drew scales on with a dark green marker, green netting for the tail, clamshell bikini, and maybe the clamshells were a bit small. I also wore a long blonde wig streaked with green food coloring, light blue foundation, and lots of eye makeup. I didn't normally dress slutty. My everyday look was plain and frumpy, like a missionary. Men never noticed me until that night. The party was in full swing when a gorgeous man arrived, who I'd never seen at volleyball. Everyone shouted, "David, you're back, good to see you." David was wearing just colorful sultan pants, showing off his tanned and buff torso. This guy wouldn't have given missionary me a second look, but he couldn't take his eyes off my clams. We danced and talked. David was a filmmaker. He'd been living in Italy. Wow. Before long, David asked me for a ride home. Great, he definitely asked me out. David directed me to his upscale neighborhood, and I docked my '68 Dodge Dart in front of his house. We sat in the car talking. I was waiting for David to ask for my number, and then I'd go home. But it's awfully cold at night in San Francisco, especially for mermaids. So I accepted David's invitation to go inside and get warm. Trick or treat. Once inside the house, David convinced me that I might as well spend the night. I stalled. I wasn't very experienced with men, and being a mermaid with mild OCD, I didn't want to get blue makeup on his sheets. I told him I needed time to get ready and lots of soap. He showed me to the bathroom, which was almost as big as my apartment, and left me alone. There were many mirrors, so I was surrounded by slightly bedraggled mermaids. What a relief to take off my itchy wig. But look at my hair. My short brown hair was plastered down in some places and sticking out in others. Oh well, I grabbed soap and a washcloth and went to work on my face. The blue makeup was surprisingly hard to get off, and I was left with a deathly tinge like a drowning victim. I thought my eye makeup was smeared, but it wouldn't come off. I was just getting soap in my eyes, damn it! I gave up on my face and shucked my clams. Then I peeled off my fin tights. No, this can't be happening. From waist to knees, I was covered with dark green blotches. I'd drawn the scales on while I was wearing the tights. I looked in the mirrors and started to cry. The lovely mermaid had turned into a scary sea monster. I got to the bathtub and scrubbed my lower half furiously, but I'd used a permanent marker. I couldn't stay in the bathroom forever. No, I just have to open the door and see what happened. David heard me. "Finally, what have you been doing? Get in here!" I slowly walked down the hall and stood in the bedroom doorway. David propped himself up to get a good look at me. In a single awful moment, his expression changed from happy, lustful anticipation to shocked disappointment. And I wanted to disappear. But after a few seconds, a new look crossed David's face, a look that said, "This isn't who I expected to screw tonight. As long as she's here."